Hello, my loves, and welcome to another pick a card reading. Today's pick a card reading is going to be based around what spiritual or ancestral blessings have you inherited, right? Not that long ago, I did a video on, what ancestral or generational traumas or curses you're healing and navigating. I wanted to lift the energy a little bit. If I hope I'm saying that correctly. But yeah, so this video, we're going to be talking about the blessings that you've inherited, the good things that come to you through your first house, through your paternal or your maternal lineage. Yeah, so as we get started, please find yourself in a nice and relaxed position. I'll start our initial prayer, but if you'd like to do an additional one, I recommend doing that as well. Grab your snacks, grab your nice cup of tea or coffee or whatever your beverage of choice is, and we're going to hop right in. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. My name is Mo, and it is my intention to align us all with healing, joy, and the most authentic versions of ourselves. And this reading, I aim to align us and to give us insights about what ancestral or generational blessings, inheritances are coming to our life or that are presently with us, right? I pray that you protect our minds, bodies, and spirits as I navigate these messages from the other realms, and that you bless us with the gifts of wisdom and discernment so that we are all able to identify what is meant for us and what is not, and also so that we may take empowered action that is in alignment with our highest and greatest good. Please and thank you. Amen. Ashe. Now, with that said, also remember my little disclaimer. Your free will is the greatest gift that God gives to all of us. So regardless of what comes through these readings, your free will is going to help you navigate, right? If something doesn't resonate, if it don't apply, let it fly. Don't think that you're fated to anything that comes through in these readings. God gave us all free will so that we can be the manifestors of our own lives. Yeah. But with that said, this will be pile number 1. This will be pile number 2. And this will be pile number 3. I'll see you over at your timestamps and enjoy the reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1, you chose this onyx crystal. And additionally, I'll be using oracle cards from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck, the Light Workers Oracle deck, and also the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. Yeah, if you're interested in any of these decks, you can find them down in the description bar and my Amazon storefront. But yeah, and then I'll be using the traditional rider waite to get clarifiers and additional messages just on, to give you an action plan to help you navigate and attract even more of the blessings and gifts that you're receiving from your ancestral or generational family members. Yeah, so I'm going to set crystal to the side, your oracle cards to the side. Oh, and another deck that I use is that I'm using is the Wizard's Oracle. Okay. This is a little funny. So right off the bat, so I do want to point out that you do have the Four of Wands here. And the Four of Wands talks about the house, the home, and also the family. Where I'm sorry, I was just like receiving a message. Because initially what I was going to say through like this spread pretty easily, it's kind of clear that from your family, you kind of receive the gift of a powerful tongue, right? That's what I'm going to say. Like you probably have a very clear or strong vote chakra. You might be a singer, an orator, a speech person, or something like that, right? But in this, it's funny because there's kind of like a warning that your words are very powerful, right? This could even be the things that you say about yourself, right? That sometimes you may, like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? When the words that we speak are so powerful, they actually have the ability to inspire, to create, to nurture, or they can be just as deadly, right? And that's kind of why I feel like we have the Knight of Wands here, because I feel like this is a warning to pay attention to, like, don't be speaking too recklessly, right? Or don't speak too girl, I've been tongue-tied today. Don't say anything that you don't really mean. It's kind of like if you tell like a self-deprecating joke, because your tongue is so powerful that some of those things can accidentally manifest, right? You can even just end up saying something to hurt somebody's feelings, and it can also kind of be like a curse. You know what I mean? So the thing here is just like from your family, it's really just the words that you use and how powerful those words are. However, the beautiful thing here is that what I'm catching with this Four of Wands is that there's like this heightened effect that it has when it comes to your house and your home, right? So this is like taking extra space and extra time to pray over your laundry, right? Pray over the meals that you cook, right? This Four of Wands, it has like a domestic feeling to it, right? It's like, I'm even getting like praying over your bed sheets, or like when you mop, or before you come in the house. Like it's as simple as saying like, all this bad day, or like all the bad energy that has followed me home does not enter my home, right? Nobody that has access to me, no energies or principalities or entities that I've not given express access to must leave my home right now, right? It can be so simple in the way that you can just protect your house, your home, and your family members with the things that you say, that you come out of your mouth, right? So, yeah, what other information or insights do we have for pile number one, please and thank you? But that's great, right? Some of y'all might be singers. Again, if it don't apply, let it fly, but I'm getting that some of y'all are definitely singers. And then like the ability for you to sing or even like say poetry can like change somebody's mindset. It can like lift the vibration in the room. Like your voice alone is just so powerful. What additional messages do we have for pile number one, please and thank you? Look. Five of Swords in reverse. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So like, this is like, this Knight of Wands, right? This may not apply for all of y'all, but just kind of what I'm getting with this is that like some of y'all, it feels like some of y'all might already know the power of your words, right? The power of the things that you say. And it's kind of like heavy as the head that wears the crown, right? With this Emperor card here. It feels as if that like sometimes the things that you say when you speak, people naturally listen to you. They just automatically believe you. You know what I mean? So like you could be a liar, but people will take your word at face value. And it kind of feels like with this Knight of Wands, you've had the ability to completely like skip this step, right? Where you were young and impressionable and you seemed kind of wild and all over the place. Like people just like when you speak, people don't think that you would lie to them. And it's no shade. Y'all are capable of lying like everybody is. But there's something about your voice. Your voice is just, it can change the vibration of a room. It can inspire people. People listen to you when you speak, right? And so, again, with all these swords here, and even this Nine of Wands in reverse, this Seven of Wands in reverse, it's like you just got to be careful with the things that you say, right? Five of Swords in reverse. Again, when we see the Five of Swords, it's about somebody using like harsh or critical language or getting the last word in just because they want to be right? But the Six of Pentacles is about the right amount of give and take. Like, so your ancestors and your guides are asking you, what is it that you really want out of life? What is it that you want out of these situations? Because you can be right and you can hurt people's feelings and you can influence them. But is that what you really want to receive at the end of the day? Right? 10 of Swords. You have the ability to end an issue, to end a problem, right? When you speak, the words cut deep. If you want to hurt somebody's feelings, their feelings are going to be hurt, girl. Hurt. H-U-R-T. You hurt the girl's down boots. And that's why we have it, this Emperor card here, because your guides, they kind of want you to know you have the power. You have the final call. It's, you know how people say, I don't start fights, but I end them? I feel like you don't start arguments, but you end them, right? And with that, it's just that like you can land the final blow, or you can even guide where these conversations are going. And you might not always want to do that. You might not always want to be the bigger person. You might not always want to be the most mature person in the room. Right? 7 of Wands in reverse. Like that's work that you don't want to do. That's work that you don't want to do. But communicating as if you don't know the power of your words, communicating as you don't know the effect of your language, communicating as if you do not have this gift can create other problems and challenges for you. You know what I mean? That you actually don't want to encounter. So yeah, it may be a little annoying, that you're the best communicator in the room and you think about the words that you use and you're so smart and intellectual and you have a robust vocabulary, and not even just a robust vocabulary. There's also something about it's not what you say, it's also how you say it. And you know how to say things to people in a way that'll quell an issue or soften the blow. Or you know how to say things in a way that'll blow up the spot. No tea, no shade. Right? Again, this 10 of Swords and this Fool card, it really does feel like it starts and ends with you. Right? You have the final call. Again, I don't feel like I need to pull more cards because they keep saying the same thing. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Right? Either you can create more work for yourself, or you can be the person to end the issue and say, you know what? This ends with me. I don't want to argue with you. I see that you don't have the communication skills, that you can't navigate the situation clearly. I'm going to clear it up for everybody. Right, my loves? Yeah. Because I'm kind of getting with this 3 of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck is that sometimes what happens is that people don't want to be collaborative with you. You know what I mean? They don't want to be collaborative with you. They're being rude. They're being nasty. And hey, I'm a human being first, and I'm always going to get my lick back. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. Okay, God's still working on me. Right? But it's but the question here is do you want to succumb to this person's level, or do you want to elevate past it? You have Yasagi, Live Out Loud, and Long Bumby Susie, Shame. Let me pull these out and get you the cards you need. Long Bumby Susie. I'll start with that one, Shame. And that is 19. Okay. The Temple of Shadows and the Element of Fire. Long Bumby Susie keeps the children of Belize terrified. Viewed as a shadow monster, she has the power to kill or to nurture with her long, scary breasts that contain milk and poison. That's crazy. This beautiful Afro-Indigenous spirit may be a distortion of the Arawak Tanyo moon goddess Atabi. I could be saying these names wrong. I'm going to let you know right now. Long Bubby Susie's shadow guidance. You are beautiful and loved. Every part of you in your journey is beautiful. Even the ugliest moments. You have a heart, soul, and breath that makes you beautiful. The embodiment. You are secretly scared that you are not enough. Shame is lying to you. You are not broken, unlovable, ugly, or unworthy. Shame keeps you small and hiding. Accept yourself now. You are a bright light. Allow yourself to see who you really are. You are doing the very best that you can. You are lovable and you are complete. And the goddess declaration is I am protected. And just as I was reading this, this is what it feels like with this Knight of Wands in reverse, right? And the 7 of Wands and this 5 of Swords. It feels like sometimes that when you get into these situations, it feels like that you feel as if you have to prove yourself. Right? Or that people are testing you when it's ain't nobody finna to test me. And hey, I get it. I get it, girl. I get it, girly pop. But you're enough. There's nothing that you have to fight. You don't have to fight to prove yourself or your value. You know what I mean? You can draw your boundaries and let people know what's up. right? But it doesn't mean that you have to engage in an argument or lower yourself to other people's levels. Yeah, I'm gonna move on to Yasagi, live out loud. The temple of the griots and the element of water. Yasagi has the reputation of being a free-spirited party goddess. For the Dongan people of Mali, she was the very first Yasin. The Yasines are women empowered to participate in the masked dances. Yasagi's guidance. Express yourself. You have something to say. Share your voice and magic. Express your you-ness. There it is. Share your voice and your magic. The embodiment. The way you express yourself won't make everyone happy. That's okay. You're not meant to. Okay? Living out loud and self-expression look different for everyone. For outgoing extroverts, self-expression may mean dancing on tables and screaming your points of view. Introverts may speak out in other ways and save the louder parts of their personalities for loved ones. And the goddess declaration is, I am free to express myself fully. Yeah, I love that, right? Also something here that's also coming through is like self-expression, right? Like, again, like I was saying with like music and if you don't know what a griot is, look into the griots, right? But like music and poetry and speech, there's something about your voice that's going to be very, very helpful. It's a gift for you and you can use it to attract more money and energy. Again, it's a blessing and a gift that not everybody has. And I want to make sure that you get the most out of it. We have gratitude again. I think I need to show these to the camera. Let me see if I could get it in focus. There we go. Gratitude again. What number is that? 37? Essential meanings. Gratitude for life, a new level of manifestation skills, witnessing small miracles, abundance and prosperity, mindset ascension. The self-care message. Not doing the work, shaky beliefs, complaining, seeing oneself as a victim of circumstances. We live in a post-The Secret world, and during the last decade, we learned a lot about gratitude, positive thinking, and what's possible with the right mindset. There are still many people who believe that magical thinking is a load of poppycock, and even more who are fence-sitters who dibble-dabble every now and then, just in case it brings in $1 million check in the mail. So it's time to get real about gratitude again. Every time we repeat something, we get better at it, right? Right. Did you tie your shoelace the first time you tried it? Okay, maybe you did, but lots of us had to practice that shizzle. Gratitude is your secret mindset shifter, and engaging in a thankful perspective, long term, will shift how wonderfully rich your life is. Like sacred geometry spiraling from the center of a plant, gratitude grows in strength exponentially, each and every time it spirals. Learning to live in a state of being grateful is a part of your sacred story. Let go of any lackluster attempts you've experienced and call abundance into your life. This is a part of your medicine. And then the journaling or meditation prompts are, how can you be more appreciative of the money you make and spend, the support that shows up in your life, and the love you already experience? When was the last time you kept a gratitude journal? How have you grown and learned since? And what new awakenings will change how you do gratitude next time? Yes. And last but not least, divine grace, the law of efficiency. Okay, let me tap this. Okay, cool. I'll set this here. Let's see if I could create a little more space. And this is from the Lightworkers Oracle book. What number is this? 31. But it's not 31. It's 32. It is time your life became easier. There's that theme again, doing things that may be like emotionally uncomfortable, but they make your life easier in the long run. It is time for you to walk the way of divine grace with trust, simplicity, and acceptance. You do not have to try to make things happen. You can gracefully act without attachment and trust that all will be as it is meant to be. Surrender your struggles now as you allow life to serve you with love and kindness. This is the most efficient use of your energy and will lead to the best results. The law of efficiency encourages us to work smarter rather than always working harder. It is like learning to allow a wave to carry you to shore rather than swimming the entire way with your own efforts alone, or even against the current, which would make the journey even harder. It is like planting a seed at the right time so nature will help it to bloom in spring rather than planting it during the dead of winter when it takes a lot of effort to keep it alive. And even then, it may not survive. This is the intelligence of the law of efficiency and divine grace at work. To hitch your wagon to the universe in this way, you need to learn to listen. This means tuning into what feels right or wrong at any given time. Sometimes you will want to push forward, yet your intuitive knowing will guide you to rest. Sometimes you will want to hide from a challenge, and yet know in your bones it is time to step up and shine with boldness, despite the fear you may feel. The universe has a sense of natural flow, cycles, and timing that assures us that it supports every dream we dare to dream, and that everyone can come to fruition in due course. It may not look exactly as you expect it, but if you have set it in motion with desire and intention, karmic law will ensure that it finds expression. For this to happen in the most loving, graceful, and easy way, you must learn to hear, feel, and sense the currents of life and to work with them, rather than push against them. This is about common sense, allowing yourself to be helped, not making things more difficult for yourself than they need to be. Imagine that you have a chance to share a feeling of love in a room full of receptive people. The time is right. They are open, and your efforts create the maximum effect for love's success. Or you could expend the same amount of energy by arguing with one disinterested person in an attempt to get them to understand and receive your love, even though they actually have no interest in doing so. They just wish to have their own point of view for you to agree with that. See, y'all? One is working with the law of efficiency, and the other is working against the tide of life. It is not bad to choose the harder way. Sometimes it can be a great learning experience, but you are being encouraged with this oracle to explore the easier and more graceful way more often, especially at this time in your life, because there is a helping hand, a natural wave of energy in life that is going to be able to support your rising spirit and manifesting something truly beautiful and special in the world. The law of efficiency is also sometimes known as the path of least resistance. We must find the strength that comes from letting go and trusting that the universe knows what it is doing. It takes spiritual maturity to see to wisdom greater than your own immediate understanding. Then you are surfing the wave rather than swimming against the current. How efficient to work with life and its cycles, rather than believing you must struggle and strain to be heard, loved, rewarded, and inspired. You have that maturity within you. Truth burp. Trust now, trust that all will come in due time. And the invocation. I call upon the loving grace and master intelligence of the universe, through the law of efficiency in the path of least resistance. Please bless and guide me now and in always for maximum success, joy, and divinely inspired fulfillment. May my efforts be wise and surrendered, powerful and efficient. May all beings be assisted through divine mercy to discover the path of grace and divine efficiency. Through my own free will, unconditional love, and divine grace, so be it. Yes, my loves. One other thing I want to add in about this Ace of Swords that came in this last moment is that because it also speaks about communication, but the Ace of Swords also can be ideas and wisdom and thoughts, right? And just as I was reading that, the idea of receiving divinely guided ideas, you know what I mean, are going to be really, 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 really good for you, right? Pay attention to the ideas that you give, and if it's the right time to express them, once they're dropped into your head, that's the moment to take action on them. Yes, my loves, not at the perfect moment. Okay, but again, follow your intuition. That's all I have for you. If you want more insights on these, or if you want to get a reading from me, you can always find my link down in the description bar. I appreciate you allowing me to share these messages with you. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. And until next time, this is XOMO. Mwah. Bye-bye. Child, I'm trying to get this. this bell. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Not too soon. Okay. Pal number 2. Welcome in. If you chose pal number 2, you chose the... Who is this? This is a citrine crystal. We love a citrine. If I can get it in focus, there we go. You chose the citrine crystal. I'm going to get it even closer to y'all. There we go. Lovely. I need to be carrying this now that I think about it. These are really good. They connect to the solar plexus. They're good for Leos and Geminis, but they attract to like good luck, good energy, all things bright and boisterous in a really lovely way. Okay. I think I said this before. I think I said this for pile number 1, but not for all the piles. Today, I'll be using the Sacred Creators Oracle deck, the African Goddess Rising, and the Lightworkers Oracle deck. I'll be using the Wizard's Tarot to get the initial messages, and I'll be clarifying with the Classic Rider Waite. We're going to go ahead and get started. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, interesting. This Empress is in reverse, but it feels like it needs to be upright. Yeah. This feels like an upright card. But I feel like I need to swing back to that being in reverse because I feel like there's a lesson or like a little bit of guidance there. Right? Okay, sorry. Stay hydrated. So right off the bat, you attract everybody that you need, right? Like you have awesome relationships. Empress card, 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands, right? Just this is in 322 might be like an angel number, or 2s and 3s might be an angel number that you see. But like, it feels like you receive like divine partnerships, and maybe they might not even be like divine partnerships, but just the right people show up at the right time in your life to help you get to where it is that you need to go, right? This is so clear, so succinct. Empress card, you attract, it's feminine energy. 2 of Cups, there's an equal exchange of energy. And the thing here with this Empress card is that it really is your presence. It really is your femininity. It really is your energy and who you are. I get the sense that like, it's very Venusian. You may have some strong like Venus placements. You might have Venus in Pisces, Libra, Taurus. You may have like any of those signs in your big 3, right? You could even have some like pretty big second house and I think it's 7th house placements. Yeah. You don't have to have those, but you know, just some things that were coming to me. Anyway, right? Like people just want to give you things. People like you. You're a genuine person. Like, and it's even with the citrine crystal, like you kind of have that luck. And I guess the blessing is that like the people that come to your life, they help you with your future. They help you with your path, right? The 2 of Wands is about experiencing and navigating where we are and where we've been and where we want to go. And there's something about the people that come into your life. They're really, really good resources for where it is that you want to go. No, Empress card in reverse. Yeah, I don't even like, I'm going to get more cards, but I just need to say this now because it's on the tip of my tongue. You may experience an issue with like, and this is again, like all the blessings, they have like an upside and a downside, right? Because everybody likes you, right? And everybody wants to give things to you. You kind of got to delegate your time, right? Everybody wants a cut of your time. Everybody wants some of your energy. Everybody wants a piece of you, right? So going back to this Empress card in reverse, Your challenge is that like you want to be pleasant with everybody. You may suffer from like maybe being a little bit of a people pleaser, right? Because like people like me and they're giving me things and they're really kind to me and all this good stuff, right? But which is good. We love that. We love that. But there's also the navigation of, right? You need some time for yourself. Right? When does your me time? When do your needs and requirements come into the picture? Right? That's just what I'm getting with this Empress card in reverse. And also something it's like I kind of want to put the Empress here because it feels like that some of these people you actually have to move past, which kind of feels sad, which kind of feels like a hard thing to do for you, right? Again, I'm not getting that there's any bad blood, but kind of the blessing is that people come into your life to serve you for a chapter, for a week, for a year, maybe 2 years, for a season, for a couple of months, whatever it is. But once this person is no longer helping you on your path, you have to move on. But it seems like there's a part of you that wants to stay attached to these people, right? But again, the people in your life, they're kind of the key to you moving forward. They're kind of the key to your success. So it's kind of like a cycle of going through people who are helping you navigate life. I know that sounds a little bit shallow, or like you're even like using or abusing people, but I get the sense that you kind of got to get over that because part of that is life. You know what I mean? Like God has changed, change is consistent, change is always going to occur, right? And there's like, Tyler Perry has this in one of his like original like stage play musicals. He talks about like we only get maybe like 2 to 3 like roots in our life, right? As people, like people in our lives are like a tree, right? There are leaves, right? Most people, they're in your life for a season, for a semester, right? Maybe for a year max. Then you have some people who are branches, right? Who stay in your life for for a period of your life, right? Your childhood, your teenage years, your 20s, your 30s, right? For a significant portion, you're the trunk, yeah. But then you have the roots. There are people who ground you, who help you know where you are. But trees don't have a bunch of roots, right? You maybe get 2 to 3. You know what I mean? Of people that stay in your life for the entire life. So it's about learning and navigating which people are roots, which people are, branches, twigs, and just some people who are leaves. Yes, my love. Can we get some more information and guidance for pile number 2? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Anything else you want pile number 2 to know? So funny. You might have, this is crazy. You might have been attracted or like resonated with like pile number 1. Just because they got the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Wands as well. Right? Yeah, all lovely energy. Okay. So yeah, this is like crystal clear. This reading has been crystal clear. Anyway, so this 10 of Swords, again, like I was saying before, you need to know when things need to end. And the thing with the 4 of Wands is that I'm not getting that there's any bad blood with these people. I'm not getting that there's any bad blood with these people. And we're going to swing it over to this end. I know we're not there yet. But the Tower card feels like if you don't listen to God and your ancestors and spirit guides and angels with this Lovers card, they're telling you when people need to go. They're telling you when it's time to let so-and-so go and that they're not really helping you on your path and that it's not really a vibe or a match or anything like that. They're telling you that stuff. And if you don't listen to the call, they're going to take them out of your life with the Tower moment, right? It's going to be a blow up. This could be dating, relationships, friends, maybe even jobs, right? And again, I can see how it can be difficult for you because they're good to you. They give you good things. It's not a bad experience, right? It's easy to cut somebody off when they're irritating you, when they're bothering you. But when people are nice to you, when they're generous and they're pleasant with you, that's kind of harder. That's a harder time to cut people off, right? But going back, right, to this Four of Wands. Four of Wands is about celebrations. It's about the house, the home, good times. This can also be like, I don't know why amusement parks are coming through. So maybe even like partying with people or generally having a good time. You want to cherish those things, right? And I'm saying that you desire to cherish those things for as long as possible. But the Chariot card, right? The Chariot card, there's a steady balance. And with the Lovers, the Strength, and the Chariot card, I would definitely look into. The Chariot card doesn't necessarily talk about the 7 virtues, but the Strength card does. The Lovers card is definitely related to it. I'm kind of hopping around, but the Chariot card with the White Sphinx and the Black Sphinx, there's balance, right? And there's also balance again that is centered in your self-care. Right? I just feel like, how many relationships can you truly handle? How many friendships can you truly manage? How much time are you giving to other people, and how much time do you need? Right? How much time do you need to yourself? Right? There is such a thing as too much of a good thing, which brings us over to the Strength card. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. Right? The Strength card is about quiet confidence. I don't feel like, in many ways, the Strength card is connected to like fortitude and believing that you can do things. But I feel like more for you, one of the messages with the Strength card is, just because you can wrestle with this lion, just because you can prove the lion that you're greater in it, that you're smarter than the lion, doesn't mean that you have to. You can be collaborative. You can listen to your intuition, and you can do what's truly balanced, what's right for you. Again, there's like, I keep seeing this pathway with this Two of Wands and this Chariot card. You might be seeing like 11 11s or like 2 2s or like a lot of 6s, right? Like this, like the like partnership and duality, I feels like is very important for you in your life, and maybe like one of the blessings that you've received, like blessed partnerships, right? Because this Chariot card, it feels like this is where I need to be and this is who I need at this point in my life. And one of the challenges you may be experiencing is navigating, who do I need in my life at this moment? And it's not like you have to immediately cut people out, but it's a slow and steady process of navigating when to let people go and when to accept new partnerships. And again, these could be professional, romantic, platonic, familial into your life, and when to let other ones go. Yeah. But again, like this Lovers card, you're always receiving God, like messages and signs from your ancestor, spirit guides, and angels. It's just that you don't always listen to them until they're like pulled up out of your life. No tea, no shade. Like, girl, and I'm looking at these cards at the bottom of the deck. These cards at the bottom of the deck, you got the Judgment card and the Hermit card, right? You be wanting to listen to yourself. You be like, but this is what I want. I. Me. But this is what I want. And again, you got your free will, and we should always navigate what we want. But you got these angels here, girl. The Judgment card, the Tower card, the Lovers card. Yeah. And I'm a firm believer. I can't speak for everybody, but when the divine calls us to release something, Judgment, Pluto energy, right? When the divine calls us to release something, it's in our best interest to release it, or the divine will take it from us. Yes, my loves? Okay. Let's look at your oracle cards. The distraction of shiny things. And then even before I dig into this, again, there are relationships and people and things that feel so good to you. Like you like them. You like all of the partnerships and relationships that you have, but are they what you need? You know what I mean? And it's not even like, because I'm picking up on this energy that you like them, right? You like them and that you like having it in your life, but are you being intentional about where it is that you want to go, right? Are you being intentional about where you are right now in the path and road that you're on? And once you tap into that intentionality, it'll be easier for you to cut things off and to let certain people and relationships go. The essential meanings: taking stock and leveraging your strengths, polishing and buffering your image, the strength of discernment, knowing exactly what is right for you and what is not right for you at this time. I just said that. The self-care message: illusion, delusion, being distracted by another person's shiny things, comparing yourself to others, veering from your course, coveting another person's success, imposter syndrome, being continuously tempted to jump to the next hot thing. You've got a big purpose, a mission, a whole big beautiful life to create. Stay the course, silly magpie. Don't get distracted by the allure of the many glittery options you see, most of which aren't truly what you desire. Sometimes the path toward your desires will sway, but the overall north should remain stable. Else you'll find yourself flying in circles. If you've been doing a whole lot of pivoting lately, it's time to look at the underlying reason why. Do you have a flight plan? Or are you gliding around aimlessly, unsure of where to go next? Use your longings as a barometer of what's possible for your life, avoiding the temptation to emulate other people's shiny lives. While it's perfectly fantastic and strategic to do a little competitive analysis, do it from a place of confident curiosity and not from a place of unhealthy comparison. Focus on finding your own powerful glow instead, for nothing in the world is more magical. How do you avoid the temptation of shining meaningless things? What's your weakness and how can you avoid it? Your particular brand of shiny. What makes you unique? What makes you wild? What's your quirky? What's your divine light? How do you communicate when you are in your own zone? And how can you learn to fly in this light always? Yes, my loves? Okay, so just like something that I was getting, I don't know if you have any grand trines in your chart, but sometimes when we see like grand trines in the natal chart, there's this area of your life that works so seamlessly and easily that you kind of like float by on it, right? And I'm picking up a little bit of that, right? Where like your relationships and your partnerships and your friends and all that good stuff, in some ways, they've always been so good and they've always been so easy that you don't have to be intentional about them, right? But if you really want to maximize and to optimize the effect of this gift and this ancestral blessing, you know what I mean? Be intentional with it. Yes, my loves? Okay. Up next, we have Queen Nandi, Intuition. It's 35. Queen Nandi, the temple of queens and the element of fire. Queen Nandi was the mother of the warrior king Shaka Zulu. His father's royal family first rejected her. They said that she wasn't pregnant and her belly resulted from a Isanki beetle sting, but Nandi knew her son would be great before he was born. Queen Nandi's guidance. You already know. Take a deep breath and surrender to what you know to be true. Trust your inner wisdom and guidance. Again, you know who you got to let go of and where you're going. Embodiment. What is your guidance telling you? Put your hands over your third eye, the center of your forehead, and ask, if I knew what the answer is, what would it be? Then follow your first instinct. The Creator and your ancestors connect with you through your intuition. Trust your internal GPS. The nudges, signs, and coincidences are divine guidance. Slow down. Go for walking meditation. Be present with nature and pay attention. Being present allows you to feel, hear, see, and sense your guidance. And then the goddess declaration is, I am knowing. Yes. And then the last oracle card you have is 8, Star Child. Star Child. Star Chile. It's a beautiful card. The light of the stars exists in you. The earth wants you to share that light with humanity. You are being asked to understand that you are meant to be here, that you have spiritual work to accomplish. Give up the idea that you belong somewhere else, to another home in the stars. Instead, let the starlight of your inner being shine here on earth, where it shall make such a positive difference in the world. Fall in love with earth's beauty. She can and will support you always. Have you been dreaming of other places you would prefer to be? Are you wondering if there is more life on this planet than suffering and struggle? Perhaps you know you have a mission, yet you doubt that you can succeed. Perhaps you love the life here, but yearn to experience the spiritual purity that exists in the higher vibrational fields of the stars. You may feel like a tourist in need of a fix of your home language to endure adapting to a different world. Grounding yourself here on earth enables you to fulfill your life mission. You cannot accomplish this without feeling that you belong here. Your feet need to be planted on the earth. Relax and trust that you were meant to be here. You have a special light to share and a particular spiritual vibration to live. So the quotient of the embodied spiritual light on earth increases. You are part of an important team of spiritual beings working to assist humanity to grow spiritually. The challenge for a star-seeded soul is to accept human beings as they are, without despairing over their darker side. The violence may frighten you, but your love will help humanity learn to use that violence to dismantle old structures and to create new ways of being. It can be channeled to energize humanity with a can-do attitude towards creating a loving and functional world. Remember, you came to this planet to learn and to help heal others. You agreed to take this journey because you assist both the earth and humanity to evolve their frequency. It is possible, and you are helping to make it so. There are 3 truths that will help you embrace your journey on this planet. Firstly, you carry the purity of your star ancestry in your heart. You can return through meditation or relaxation at any time. You often return to your star-born home during sleep. The loved ones from that place are very aware of your journey here and are helping every step of the way. They send you frequencies from home, like divine care packages, which fuel you for your earthly task. Secondly, you are so filled with love that you are capable of loving all on this planet. You have compassion, even for those who are wounded and fearful, and at times act out in ways of violence, cruelty, and ignorance. Now, the human capacity for courage, compassion, and light is increasing. Your work as a part of the team of light-loving beings is already having an effect. Thirdly, as a star-seeded being, you have special resources for your journey here on Earth. Your every spiritual request and need will be met by a loving team of helpers. You get to have a lot of fun in your healing mission if you choose so. It doesn't only have to be hard work, though of course, sometimes it will be. Just remember that the stars shine with joy in the sky, and you can shine as a star with joy upon the earth. This is your nature. This is how you can best fulfill your life mission. And then in the invocation, I call upon the star wisdom of my own spirit and ask that my love, light, power, presence, protection, and assistance shine forth from the highest good. May I shine divine beauty and joy in my life now and always. I feel a deep and true connection to my spirit, to the earth, and to the universe. May love flow through me according to its own intelligence and healing wisdom to all beings on the earth. Through divine grace and my own free will, so be it. It's a very beautiful reading. Y'all are very, very blessed. And again, this just felt like that, a lot of the guilt or frustration that you feel about having to move on or to move past certain people, you don't need to feel that, because you've honestly, again, your presence is a gift, girl. Your presence helps people on their worst days today, tomorrow, and next year, right? Your existence is helping raise the frequency, high vibrational vibes all the time, Miss Mamas. And that's just kind of your gift isn't just your gift. It's kind of like the gift you give to others. And that's really, really beautiful. Yeah, but that's all I have for you, beautiful. I hope this helps. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. And until next time, this is XO Mo. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Hello. Pal number 3, last but certainly not least. If you chose pal number 3, you chose this agate crystal. Excuse me. Can we get it in focus, please, and thank you? Maybe not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, maybe not, child. It's okay, I'm not gonna waste too much time on it. It's right there. Okay, cool. And then it keeps pulling it out of focus. I'm not gonna keep doing this with her. It's an agate of some sort. I'm not sure which kind, but it's a very beautiful crystal. Yeah. So if you want to check out any of these cards, you can find them at my Amazon storefront down in the description bar. I'm gonna try not to rush this, but I do want to get this done before my battery dies. So I may be moving like a little quickly. Right? Now with that said, Oracle cards are from the Light Seed Workers, the Light Workers Oracle deck, African Goddess Rising in the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. These cards will be from the Wizards Oracle, the Wizards Tarot, I'm sorry, and I'll be pulling clarifies with the traditional writer. Wait. Huh. I feel like you just attract money. Right? You have this Ace of Pentacles upright, followed by the Magician card in reverse. Then you have the Seven of Pentacles. Right? Like the Ace of Pentacles talks about like things that have a value. It can be money, it can be time, it can be resources. It just feels like good things find you. It really does just feel like really, really good things find you, specifically money, and it doesn't feel like you have to do anything for it, right? The Magician card in reverse, it talks about somebody not using all their gifts. And part of this, I feel like you can attract more money if you did start spell casting or doing spell work or anything like that. I feel like you definitely have that power, and it feels like you don't have to. But if you want to give this an extra oomph, you can, right? After that, you have the Seven of Pentacles. But if you're going to jump into the mix like this, and even this kind of feels like, it's not the Temperance card, but it kind of feels like Temperance card energy where you're testing and you're measuring the best methods. And it just feels like if you may be coming from like a line of like, practitioners themselves, right? But this feels like if you really want to maximize on the money that's naturally yours, or the resources that are naturally given to you, that the money and the resources that just naturally pop up, if you want to add to it with magic and spell work and conjure, that's going to require a little more work. You do have help and support and ancestor, spirit guides, and angels helping you out. But it's just a matter of like, if you want to access that, right? This part isn't going to be as easy as what it is you're already like receiving. Yeah. Any other information or guidance for pile number 3 about the blessings, ancestral blessings and gifts that they receive? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. That's the thing. I'm like, do you struggle with money? And there goes that Temperance card. I feel like this was upright. Do you struggle with money? Look at all these pentacles. What is it? You have 3, that's 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 plus 2 is 16, which pulls down to 7. 7 of Pentacles. You have all these pentacles. World card at the bottom of the deck, right? So here's the thing. I feel like you may need to like really look into financial literacy, or like maybe even investing, right? This Hangman in reverse, it feels like that you may not be seeing the type of money or the type of like financial life that you want to see because you're not taking action on it, right? With this Emperor card, it feels like this Emperor card feels like you're in complete control, right? Again, you may have resonated with pile number 1 because they got the Emperor card as well. And it feels like you just need to take control of your finances, right? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And there's restraint, there's discipline, there's structure, there's strong boundaries, but there's also calling the shots. You may even be the type of person who may want to run their own business, right? If none of this, like, if it don't apply, let it fly. But also this 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, like there may be some people that you're around who aren't good with their money, and that could be influencing you, right? But again, like the fix to this is just going to school, surrounding yourself with people who are constantly talking about their finances and investing and navigating like wealth and all that good stuff. Again, like I said, the Temperance card definitely showed up because it's testing, it's measuring. And I keep getting investing. I feel like you just need to invest. I keep getting investing, right? With the Seven of Pentacles and this Temperance card and this like Six of Pentacles. I don't know if you have anybody in your like lineage who was like really big on money or like investments or anything like that. But it just feels like, again, it feels like the process of investing where you pour in a little bit of money and then you get a lot of money back, right? You give a little, you receive a little. You give a little, you receive a lot more further down the line. Even with all these pentacles, it's a slow moving process. It's slow and steady wins the race. And you may be like, you may want your money a little fast. I'm not going to hold you, right? With this Magician card in reverse, the Magician card may be the type of person who doesn't utilize all their resources. You know what I mean? And just with this Emperor card, it feels like you may want your money a little bit fast, but it's about like balancing and figuring out, right? Like you want to go to sushi this weekend. You want to go shopping. You want to go drop like 150 on a nice dining experience every single weekend. But these cards are saying you can take that same 150 in one weekend out of the month or 2 weekends out of the month and invest and get so much money back out of it in the long run, right? The World card. You have the World card at the bottom of the deck, which makes it feel like very fixed energy that like this is yours, you just have to claim it, if that makes sense. I feel like with all the other like cards, their blessings were a lot more imminent and like naturally given to them. I kind of feel like you got to work for your blessings, and that's kind of what like money is. No tea, no shade. Like I feel like when our ancestors and our spirit guides and angels, when they want to give us money, money is such like a valuable resource. All of our blessings are resources, right? But this resource in particular, it needs to be managed, right? And if you can't manage it, they don't want to give it to you. No tea, no shade. Yeah. Okay. Up next, feed your artist. Interesting. Feed your artist. 28. Feed your artist, the essential meaning. Passionate maker, creative play, supporting yourself with your passion, time to experiment, ability to be free from rules, nourishing your artistic soul, creating an inspired future, ability to inspire others. You are in flow with the universe. The self-care message. Self-judgment, harsh expectations, overscheduling tasks, not valuing your talent and your craft, a need for downtime, a hunger for soul food, a need to reconnect with your creative joy. There's a money myth. Look at that. There's a money myth out there that healers are broke-ass hippies and that creatives are starving artists. And it doesn't have to be this way. It actually isn't this way at all. There are healers, creatives, and artists everywhere who are building abundant, prosperous lives with their craft. You too can use your passions and your creativity to fill your world with joy and abundance. Allow them to support you and guide you on your journey and diligently feed your inner artist. Trust that it is a productive pursuit. Your art may be a shot of daily yoga with a side of delightful conversation, and maybe it's expressive dance that clears your stress. Whatever it is, allow playful art to seep into your life. The real, unpolished, uncontrived play that floats your soul. Do more of that. Indulge your inner creator by diving into something you've been inspired to try, with no judgment and no expectation, except the expectation to experiment. Your self-expression will nourish the miraculous light you've got inside, and incredibly serendipitous opportunities will surface when you are out in the world enjoying your life as art. Your journaling or meditation prompts are: how often do you schedule in time for creative play? And how spontaneous are you about diving into something that looks like it will be fun? Are you leaving time for experimentation? How harshly do you judge your initial attempts? And what type of artist are you? What is your life is art? Yeah, I'm going to lay out all these cards. We just have 3% left, so I'm pretty sure it's going to die. But I want you to see all the cards. I'm going to end up changing the view and finishing this off on my cell phone. But you have Mami Wata naked. You have Trust in the Plan. Trust in the Plan from the Lightworkers Oracle deck. Naked Mami Wata. And then who this? Abonimba harvest. Again, there's like money and resources just waiting for you out there. Harvest, like, and the traditional writer waits the Seven of Pentacles is somebody who's like looking at their crops and how they're growing. They're paying attention. Do I need to water them more? Do they need more sunlight? Do they need more shade? Do I need to plant other things next to it? It's kind of what I'm getting for your reading, right? I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to change the view and I'll be right back. Okay, pile number 2. I changed the view. I'm just going to finish up reading these cards for you. So again, this is Mami Wata Naked. The Temple of the Griots, the element of water. Mami Wata and her sisters live in the Ikpoba River in Benin City, Nigeria. But the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global pantheon. Mami Wata influences emotions and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Okay. Now, I might be a little psychic and like creative as well. Creativity has come through quite a bit. Hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you and say, I haven't been showing you the whole me, but I'm starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth, share your story, cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. In the Goddess Declaration, I have the courage to be vulnerable. Moving on to Abolnimba, harvest. The Temple of the High Priestesses, the element of water. Abol is a Baga fertility goddess, and Nimba is her living spiritual healing mask. Together, they embody the sacred feminine in abundance. Abol Nimba's guidance. Give thanks. You are being blessed. It is harvest time. Pray attention. Pray attention. A season of great harvest is a season of great epiphanies. You are prospering. The embodiment. Harvest is when you reap the blessings that you have sown. The harvest is not just the fulfillment of your dreams, but the creation of them. Ashe. Your thoughts, your imagination, the blessings of you being here another day on this earth, that is all harvest. What seeds of generosity, love, support, and goodwill can you sow into your community to create a bountiful harvest for all? And then the Goddess Declaration, we are always prospering. That felt really, really good. And that could also be like reframing the way that you think about money and abundance, right? That again, that your life is a harvest, right? And when you begin to appreciate living your life, being creative, being a healer, being who you are, and doing the things that you like to do, and appreciate, that's a part of your abundance and a gift and the value that your life has, that can then multiply. But you first got to start with appreciating it. Again, it's kind of like managing the resource. It feels like managing the resource, right? Because if you don't appreciate what you have right now, who's going to give you more? And now we have trust in the plan. In preparation for radical growth, there can be a temporary disorder and chaos. Whilst the mind may worry that something is going wrong, the spirit knows that this is a way for the old to disassemble so that the new can be formed. Although you may feel out of control during such times, you do not need to resist the process. There is no need to attempt to impose your own sense of order upon the greater plan. You do not need to seek solutions, for there is no problem here in need of solving. What has been is being cleared away in preparation for the next chapter in your life. Have faith, all is well. Do not fear. You may see the life you have known appears to be ending. You may find that the things you used to do or the way you used to be, to think, no longer seem as relevant as they once were. You may feel your relationships and friendships are changing. Some may even be ending. Perhaps you find you no longer have the energy or motivation to keep certain relationships going in your life. However, your energy is meant to be withdrawing from what it once supported. This is not an abandonment or a betrayal. It is not selfish. It is honest. When you trust in your spiritual growth, all that happens is love. That means that even an apparent loss always serves love, whether that is immediately obvious or not. It is sometimes necessary for both parties to become free to live their true identity. You may have resonated with pile number 2, because some of these same messages came out of pile number 2. Life is a loving, creative journey for your soul. That means that there will be times when the very thing you have worked towards needs to crumble, so that the next evolution of your soul manifestation upon the earth can take place. It is natural, and although it can be challenging to trust in a greater creative process during times when it seems as though there is only chaos and confusion, you were strong enough to spiritually do so. To feel peace during such times, you must trust in your own inner knowing over what appears to be. You are divinely scheduled to evolve at this point in your life. You can sense an exciting growth phase happening for you. There is another way for you to live, to be, to thrive, and to love in this world, and you are rapidly heading towards it. This is a time to surrender control and to allow a higher power to direct your course. Many exciting new opportunities, situations, and connections will come into your life as a result of what you are experiencing now. It is all a part of a greater divine intelligence unfolding in loving service to your own sacred life path. Have faith and stay true to your spiritual principles. Trust into the unfolding of a higher plan. Know that all changes in your life serve your higher good. The universe knows what you need, and it is in the process of delivering it to you now. All is happening for a greater purpose. You can flow with the changes in loving trust. Your perfect time for resurrection will follow this deconstruction, and it will occur out in the perfect way. Then the invocation. I call upon the loving genius of divine order that is manifesting itself in my life now. I have gratitude for the grace, compassion, truth, and liberation that is now expressing itself through the changes now happening, or soon to happen in my life. Thank you for always guiding me onto my truest and most joyful path. I ask, through unconditional love, for assistance, insight, and support to help me trust in the plan of love unfolding in my life. I ask for this same gift for all loving beings. Through divine grace and my own free will, so be it. Ashe. And that concludes your reading on what spiritual gifts and blessings you have inherited through your ancestral or generational path. Yes, I hope this helps. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages. As always, if you'd like a personal reading and to dig into the, a little more specific about what's yours and what's not yours, or if you have any other issues you want to dig into, find all my links in the description bar. I love y'all. Don't forget to like, comment what resonates, and subscribe. And until next time, this is XOMO. Bye-bye. Okay, watch another video if you'd like. Stay prayed up, stay cleansed up.